we even have agents?
That's a good question. I'd like to elaborate on that. It's not the agent's fault. It is the administration's fault. The agents want to do their job. It's the administration that's holding them back.
I know you all watch me. This is just my blank card that I hold up together, so you don't think I'm ignoring you. If you could give your plan to secure the border, what would it be?
How to secure it? First off, like I told you right now, E-Verify. One of the main reasons a lot of the illegal aliens want to come across is to work. Take that away from them. Secondly, and most important, when they are apprehended, arrest them and hold them. Take them before an immigration judge. Fingerprint them, identify them, and then deport them.
Is it expected that we will see a major clash between the illegals from Mexico and the Muslims?
You know, that is hard to tell. We have two separate groups. The Muslims are very strong in their belief of religion. The Hispanics are very strong, but what they want is a lot of free things. If you notice, a lot of the illegal aliens, California, Arizona, and all that, they want us to accept them. Yet, you see them on demonstrations and all that. Are they carrying the U.S. flag? No, they're carrying their flag of their country, and they want us to accept them as they are. We cannot. This is our country.
I ask all the questions, so bear with me here. What is your idea of closing the border? So do you have something more you'd like to add to that?
We cannot close the border 100%. We can restrict it. What we need is, first off, the presence of the Border Patrol on the border as we had before. What we need is for our judicial system to enforce the laws. And if we were to enforce the laws and show the illegal aliens that they're going to be arrested, I guarantee you we're going to have a tremendous drop on the people coming across. I'm expecting, and I don't think I'll be wrong, but I'm expecting, if this amnesty goes through, y'all working the border? You better get ready. The reason I'm saying this, in 1986, when the first amnesty was allowed, oh my God, we were being overrun because all these people wanted to come in. Now, if you notice, our illustrious president has said anybody coming in now is going to be arrested. You believe that? No. If you do, I have a breach I can sell you. Because that's not going to be true. One of the things that the president right now is doing, and I don't know if you heard it on the news, he has approached the Mexican president to assist from having all these illegals coming across. What you probably don't know is that the Mexican government, the consulate offices here in the United States, have been paying all of the cost for applications for all the dreamers that applied. Now, where did that money come from? We gave Mexico X amount of money that year. There has been numerous reports that that money is what's being utilized by the Mexican consulates to pay for all of these people to apply. And if they need attorneys, they will furnish the attorneys to them. So, in essence, we are the ones who. Yeah.
Dr. Charles Dodson of Breckenridge Village here in East Texas reported when there was a major train derailment in Mexico, his intake of illegal children dropped 90%. Why didn't we stop the train?
Well, first of all, that's in Mexico. We don't have any authority whatsoever in Mexico. However, again, the administration, the latest report, the administration has asked Mexico to assist with the beast. They call that train the beast because it comes from El Salvador into Mexico and all that. La Bestia, they call it in Mexico. And the president, the administration has asked Mexico to assist them in taking all these people off the beast before they get over here close to the border. Whether they're going to do it or not, I don't know. One of the things that also the president asked Mexico, and what they're looking at, is that the Mexican consulate offices here in the United States want to issue a matricula. Matricula, it's a card, identification card issued by the Mexican government. Have you all come across those on the border? Look at it, it says matricula right on top. Okay. And the Mexican government wants us, the government here in the United States, to accept those as legal identification. No way. Because what they're going to put on those, and part of this amnesty deal is that they must have been here up to 2010, prior to 2010. Well, they're going to be able to go and pay the consulate officer to put down that he's been residing in the United States in 2010. What are you going to do with it if we accept it as legal identification? But that's the name of the train, the beast.
Isn't the legal Hispanic community behind stopping the illegal alien crime, drugs, murder, etc., that mostly hit them?
I'm sorry, can you read it again?
Yeah. Isn't the legal Hispanic community behind stopping the illegal alien crime, drugs, murder, etc., that mostly hit them?
What I have seen, they're not interested in that. They're not interested. If you look, and this is one thing that I said earlier, they don't assimilate. Here in Tyler, where's the Mexican community at in Tyler? Huh? Okay. You will find the vast majority, I would say over 80% of the illegals in that area. Because that's where they're going to stay. And they feel, since they are in the United States, they feel that they should help each other. So even if they know that their neighbor is doing something, they're not going to report it. I know that. I've seen that.
Is there any organized activity of the various states' sheriffs in the powerful position that you spoke of to confront the lack of federal action causing hazard to we the people?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Sheriff. Did you all get an email from a sheriff up north that he's trying to get all the sheriffs together in regards to this issue? There was some news came out, and I got an email that there was a sheriff, I can't remember the state that he's at, and he's the one that's been pushing to get all the sheriffs united and confront this problem.
I think it was a sheriff, one in Wisconsin.
Do you want the mic?
Someplace over there, yeah. So I really don't know. All I can tell you is that there is a movement, and there is that one sheriff, and I know Barbeau, the sheriff in the county, right, Pima County, I think. Barbeau, a good friend of mine, so is Joe Arpaio. And he's also pushing to get the sheriffs together, to work together and stop this.
How successful do you think it'll be?
I think it would be very successful if they were to get together. As per the Supreme Court decision, they did state sheriffs have the ultimate power. He just...
The proper way to get them together is through the National Sheriff Association.
Yeah,
Not through individual sheriffs, it's through the national sheriff's.
right,
That's the way it needs to be done.
right. But it can be done. It can be done. Any other questions?
That's all I have.
One thing I forgot to mention, there was a report that just came out from, I hope I'm not taking a lot of your time. And this one came out January the 6th, about 10 days ago. Border Patrol chief claims 50% jump in captures. That means 8 to 10 attempts. And like I said, this came out January the 6th. The chief of the U.S. Border Patrol on Tuesday estimated that his agency is capturing 78 to 79% of all illegals entering into the United States. An unusually high rate immediately called into question when he couldn't say exactly how many tried to cross. Amazing. The problem is, I know this chief. His name is Michael Fisher. That is more than 50% over than prior estimates. And as I told you, I spent more than 20 years on the border. Just like the state trooper here, he can tell you know how to do estimates. I could never make an estimate. We never knew how many were coming across because there were so many places they could come across that we never patrolled. So how can we make an estimate of it? I like another comment that this man makes, Mr. Fisher. He says, "This is not a science," conceded Chief Michael Fisher at the end of the morning conference at the Center for Strategic and International Studies. He says, on average, it's about 78 to 79% at this point. And that's 95% confidence. And a variable of about 2%. And then I like the kicker. I'm guessing. It's right here. Then he says, I'm guessing. So these are the figures that we work with. This is what we have to go by. Sorry. I hope I didn't bore you. Thank you.